Have you ever wondered what really goes on behind the velvet ropes of Hollywood's most exclusive parties? Well, buckle up, because what I'm about to spill is going to make your jaw hit the floor. Mariah Carey, the diva herself, allegedly just dropped a bombshell that could rewrite everything we thought we knew about Nick Cannon. And Diddy? Yes, the same Diddy who has been running the celebrity playground for decades. Are we talking business deals? Music collabs? Nope. Apparently, there's talk of a secret baby pact, a baby deal so outrageous, so scandalous, that it has tongues wagging from New York to LA now. Before you roll your eyes, hear me out, this isn't just some tabloid rumor floating on Instagram. We're talking decades-long connections, mentioned sleepovers, alleged wild parties, and yes, the kind of Hollywood chaos that makes you question if anyone is actually playing by the rules. How deep does this go? Who really benefits? And most importantly, is Nick Cannon really just a product of Diddy's world? Or is there something darker, more calculated at play? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at your favorite celebs the same way again. So here's where things start to get really interesting. We all know Nick Cannon, right? The charming, smooth-talking host who somehow found time to build an empire while also, well, expanding his family like a small village. But before all the TV glitz and baby announcements, Nick was just a teen stepping into a world that most adults couldn't survive unscathed. That world belonged to one man, Diddy, Sean Combs, the billionaire, mogul, party legend, and, apparently, master planner of chaos. Nick has casually mentioned attending his first Diddy party at the age of 16. And while he framed it like a fun, star-studded coming-of-age story, the reality is far murkier. Imagine a 16-year-old walking into a mansion where every A-list celebrity in the world is lounging, champagne flowing, power moves being made in plain sight. Did he really just enjoy himself? Or was he witnessing the blueprint of fame, influence, and according to whispers, the more private indulgences of Hollywood's elite? And it doesn't stop there. Jamie Foxx, one of Hollywood's biggest names, allegedly lived with Nick around that same age. Fox's own history of hosting wild gatherings has been the stuff of legends. People are talking about naked basketball games, exclusive events where young celebrities, supposedly including Nick and even Usher, were exposed to adult-themed behavior before they were even old enough to legally drink. And here's the kicker. While some try to dismiss these claims, there are multiple accounts, deleted posts, and long-forgotten anecdotes hinting that these weren't just exaggerations. Nick slept on couches, moved between studios, and lived in environments where fame, power, and temptation collided. You start to wonder, what does that do to a kid's psyche? What lessons are being learned in mansions where the line between fun and excess is blurred beyond recognition? Now let's add Diddy's influence into the mix. The man didn't just throw parties. He orchestrated ecosystems. Every guest, every move, every relationship had layers. Nick's early exposure to Diddy's world wasn't just about celebrity networking, it was a crash course in wealth, influence, and yes, the kind of personal decisions that echo throughout a lifetime. It's no surprise that Nick, decades later, would find himself living a life that mirrors some of the choices he witnessed back then. Multiple partners, multiple children, and a seemingly unquenchable appetite for legacy. People are saying that what looks like reckless behavior might actually be a learned pattern from the very beginning. And if you start connecting the dots, it doesn't just stop with Nick, Usher, Ed Sheeran, and even Ed's own admissions about crashing at studios or living with older, powerful figures. All point to a network of mentorship, influence, and possibly manipulation that shaped more than just careers, it shaped personal lives. And here's where Mariah Carey enters the picture. While Nick's childhood exposure to excess sets the stage, Mariah is the bridge to adult consequences. Their whirlwind romance, lightning-fast marriage, and eventual split were more than headline fodder. They allegedly played into decisions that reverberated far beyond the tabloids. Nick has admitted that expanding his family was, at least partially, a response to emotional trauma from their breakup. But when you consider the alleged early party culture, the manners he had, and the kind of environments he was immersed in, you start to see a pattern. It's not just about heartbreak, it's about learned behaviors, early exposure, and adult decisions shaped by teenage experiences in Hollywood's elite circles. This video sets the stage. We've established Nick's early connections, Diddy's overarching influence, Jamie Foxx's controversial antics, and the emotional backdrop of Mariah Carey. But this is just the beginning. What was supposedly fun and glamorous might actually be part of a larger, more calculated narrative, a story of indulgence, exposure, and possibly even secret arrangements that go beyond public perception. And as we dig deeper, the scandal only thickens, because what comes next involves allegations that could redefine the way we view Nick Cannon, Diddy, and yes, even Mariah Carey's role in this tangled web. Now, here's where things start to get downright explosive. Sources anonymous, naturally, because nobody in Hollywood talks on the record without a protective layer of secrecy, claiming that the connection between Nick Cannon and Diddy went far deeper than wild parties and teenage sleepovers. Allegedly, the two weren't just friends, mentors, or party companions. Oh no. Some insiders are whispering about what they're calling a secret baby deal. Yes, you heard that right, a pact, of sorts, to expand legacies in ways that most people only dream about or consider utterly shocking. And who allegedly has first-hand insight into this arrangement? None other than Mariah Carey, the woman whose voice defined an era, who shared a life, love, and apparently more than just memories with Nick Cannon, may hold pieces of this puzzle that nobody else can touch. Let's unpack this. Imagine Diddy, sitting in his Manhattan penthouse, orchestrating influence and opportunity for the next generation while simultaneously mentoring or manipulating a young Nick Cannon. By all accounts, Nick's exposure to Diddy's lifestyle wasn't just glamorous. It was strategic, immersive, and, some say, formative in ways that shaped his adult life. Add to that Jamie Foxx's infamous gatherings, the alleged naked basketball games, and a revolving door of celebrities, and suddenly Nick, in just a teen trying to find his place, he's learning behaviors, preferences, and relationships that will echo for decades. And when Nick finally met Mariah, according to sources, all of these patterns allegedly played a role in how their relationship unfolded, and more importantly, in the decisions he made after their split, and the public reactions. Oh, they've been intense. Fans, social media sleuths, and even conspiracy theorists are exploding with theories about this so-called pact. Comments range from "no way Nick and Diddy plan babies like it's a business venture," to "Mariah has been quietly holding receipts this whole time." The intrigue is palpable, and honestly, it's hard to scroll past without thinking, what if there's truth here? Add fake investigative reports claiming that multiple insiders have seen evidence of coordination, secret agreements, and lifestyle strategies that connect Nick and Diddy's decisions in ways most of us can't even imagine. And yes, every lavish party, every multi-million-dollar mansion, every exclusive Diddy guest list is suddenly a potential piece of this puzzle. Imagine being a fly on the wall, champagne in hand, observing conversations that most of the world will never see. That's allegedly how young Nick learned some of his most influential lessons. Some sources even hint that Diddy, aware of Nick's rising influence, subtly encouraged the expansion of his family, seeing it as a reflection of legacy, power, and the same kind of control that wealth can bring. And now, with Diddy back trending, the rumors have resurfaced, amplifying everything we thought we knew. Mariah, normally tight-lipped, is reportedly more willing than ever to spill tea behind the scenes, and the public can't get enough. By now, the implications are staggering. This isn't just celebrity gossip, it's a full-blown narrative about influence, control, and allegedly, secret strategies that cross the line from mentorship into manipulation. And the deeper we dig, the more tangled it gets. Because now we're not just talking about parties, family expansion, or ex-relationships. We're entering territory that suggests a calculated, decades-long orchestration of decisions that affect lives, legacies, and reputations. This video ends here. But the fallout, that's where it gets really juicy. Legal repercussions, public backlash, and potential industry scandals are looming. And when we get into part 3, you're going to see why this story could shake Hollywood in ways nobody expected. And now, here's where the story explodes into chaos. The alleged secret baby deal is just a whisper behind closed doors anymore. It's a wildfire. Imagine the implications if this were ever confirmed. Nick Cannon, Diddy, and even Mariah Carey caught in a tangled web that stretches from glitzy Hollywood mansions to boardrooms, Instagram feeds, and possibly even legal scrutiny. The public is already speculating wildly. Some are asking, could this be considered manipulation? Or is it just the natural byproduct of growing up in a world where fame, wealth, and power define reality from the start? Anonymous sources are claiming that the fallout could reach far beyond mere gossip. What if lawsuits or family disputes were looming? Some insiders suggest that Hollywood lawyers have quietly begun reviewing old contracts, party guest lists, and even private communications, not for slander, but for control, money, and legacy. And when you factor in the social media storm, fans are dissecting every post, every comment, every subtle hint from Nick and Mariah over the years. Look at this baby pic. What does it mean? Check out this Diddy Instagram coincidence. Suddenly, every detail becomes evidence in a narrative that is part scandal. This video detective story, and entirely irresistible. And don't even get me started on the public reaction. Social media has turned into a frenzy. Memes, speculative threads, and viral videos dissecting Nick Cannon's baby timeline are circulating like wildfire. People are connecting dots that may or may not exist, but in Hollywood, perception often equals reality. Fans are debating endlessly. Did Diddy actually guide Nick's family expansion? Was Mariah aware? And more provocatively, was this all orchestrated as this video of some larger power play? A move only billionaires could conceive, that makes the rest of us look like pawns in a celebrity chess game. Even the hypothetical consequences are jaw-dropping. Imagine investigations, financial audits, and secretive Hollywood insiders being called to testify about gatherings that were just for fun, but might now be considered key evidence. Rumors are swirling about possible resignations from management teams, strained partnerships, and even strained label relationships, all stemming from what began as private, alleged agreements. And while none of this is confirmed, at least publicly, the possibility alone is enough to make reputations tremble. Then there's the emotional fallout. Mariah Carey, typically untouchable and private, allegedly holding truths that could rewrite the narrative of Nick Cannon's life, adds a layer of personal intrigue that nobody can ignore. Fans are desperate for clarity, tabloids are salivating, and every Diddy-related trending topic fuels the fire. And somewhere in all this, Nick himself remains in the eye of the storm, portrayed alternately as a victim of Hollywood influence, a master of his own choices, or something far more complicated than anyone can guess. As we close this video, one thing is clear. This story is far from over. The alleged secret baby pact, Diddy's legendary influence, Nick Cannon's trajectory, and Mariah Carey's silent power combined into a narrative so twisted, so scandalous, that the world can't stop watching. The fallout is ongoing, the speculation relentless, and the implications, if even half of these claims hold any truth, potentially seismic for Hollywood's most influential circles. And trust me, this is exactly the kind of story that will continue to evolve, with new layers, new claims, and yes, new drama breaking every single day. So, what do you think? Are Nick Cannon and Diddy less victims of Hollywood rumors? Or is there actually a carefully orchestrated baby pact behind all of this? Could Mariah Carey really be holding the key to truths that nobody else dares to speak about? And if these allegations are true, what does it say about the world of celebrity influence, legacy, and power? We're talking about lives, reputations, and family decisions that are being dissected in public like a Hollywood experiment gone rogue. Now it's your turn. Do you believe there's any truth to these claims? Or is this just another wild Hollywood conspiracy? Are we witnessing patterns of manipulation, or just the chaotic fallout of fame and fortune? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear every theory, every hot take, and every piece of gossip you've been hiding. And if you want more of these shocking, behind-the-scenes celebrity exposes, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Trust me, you do not want to miss the next story, because when it comes to Hollywood secrets, the truth is always crazier than fiction.